Hey guys, it's Spider Pig here, and today we're gonna go take a MiG 15 up for a spin. Now, I've kind of noticed in my life that I've always kind of flown NATO aircraft, and I know a lot about them. And for DCS, I know the A-10 like the back of my hand, and I figured, you know what? Let's explore some of the Russian aircraft, and I have all the modules at this point that are available. And I like a module where I can actually click on the cockpit and do all these things. So I don't consider the Flaming Cliffs module, the FC3 modules, uh, ready for me yet. So I wanted to kind of learn. When MiG 21 came out, I kind of took it for a couple spins. But I figured the MiG 15 would be a good start since it's a kind of an early aircraft. I can kind of learn the systems, and my goal is to be able to actually fly with the Oculus Rift. So in this kind of series, I'm going to kind of walk you through how I learned a new aircraft. The first thing I do is I read the quick start guide, which I did yesterday, and I kind of practice turning on the aircraft a whole bunch of times. And once I have kind of just a good understanding of how to turn on the cockpit, I'll just do what's known as a familiarity flight. And what that basically is I learn how to taxi, I learn how to start the aircraft, taxi it, and then take her for a quick spin and just basically learn how she flies. And then once we kind of are okay with that, I'll move on, and the next step will be to learn how to navigate and learn how to use the weapon systems and things like that. So every step you kind of progress and you're learning. But in this step, we're just going to take her up and kind of just see how she flies. So let's get into it. Alright, I'm in the cockpit now, and I know how to do most of the things here. But the one thing that she requires, first of all, is ground power. And for that, I need to actually contact the ground crew. And I don't know how I'm going to do this yet with the Oculus Rift because I can't see my keyboard. So I will have to try to figure that out. But when you have ground power, you'll see 3 green lights on the landing gear here. And then you can start flicking all these switches right here. So let me... Now in the quick start, it did say that this is the battery, but this says it's an accumulator. But alright, so we'll just keep going here. And it's kind of hard to see these switches, even with the track IR. I don't want to miss any. I think those are the important ones. There we go. I think these are for the guns and stuff like that, but we'll just flick them on anyway. Alright, and over here, we need to turn these on as well. Now right now I'm not really too overly concerned what the functionality is, but I will eventually like to learn all that. I know the lights are over here, and I don't know if we can actually see the lights. Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and start her up. Now, the odd thing about starting her up is that there's a selector, like a lever here, right here, that you kind of have to get to, and it's not easy to see. It's easier to do with the keyboard, but we don't try not to use the keyboard. So you have to flick this open, hold this for 2 seconds, 1, 2, and watch the RPMs up here. And then turn this thing. Alright, and I see starting her up. I think I got it all the way. Oh, that's another good thing. Before we actually get moving on this thing, let me close the cockpit here. There you go. Okay. Before we do anything else, let me show another important thing. You actually want to adjust your controls before you go start flying. So, the first thing I do is I go into the screen and I do my axis commands. And so right now, I want to make sure that my everything's kind of set up. And I do have it set up. I have a dead zone, and I kind of have a little bit of curvature. Actually, I don't have any curvature on this one. Let me make sure that my pitch is good. Yeah, my pitch is, again, I usually set a dead zone just to kind of, let me take that a little further down, to kind of just make sure that if I bump the stick, it's not going to do anything crazy. Let me check my roll. Roll is good. So the zoom view is good. Thrust is, this is good. Okay. I know the braking system's a little weird in this thing, so let me see if I have that set up. Yes, I do have that set up, which is good. So the way the braking system works is you turn it, if you want to turn, you have to push in one pedal and hold down the brake, and it'll kind of brake on the other one. It's kind of a weird system, so taxiing is going to be a little odd to get used to. Let me just make sure everything kind of else is set up. Open release button. Not that I need that. Okay. So we're good on that. But it's very important to make sure. In fact, I'm going to double check one more thing. The air brakes close, open, close. Okay. So I got that. And I don't think I have anything for the flaps. The flaps are kind of weird in itself. Alright, so now let's unlock the wheels here, which is right here. And then we have to pressurize the system. And then we have to turn on the air. Now the quick start I'm following didn't really mention anything about radios, so we're just going to ignore radios for now. I'm going to go ahead and start taxiing here.
Hey, what are you doing?
I guess I forgot to disconnect the ground power, but that's okay. I think over here, the road is over here. All right. Let's put the flaps down while we're at it. It's kind of hard to see where the flaps are. Okay. Slow this baby down a little bit. I don't know if this is the end of the runway or not, but if it's not, we'll just take off from here. Or we'll just go down to the end of the runway and turn around. Go down to the end of the runway. You can hear that, like, I don't know if it's a hydraulic or what kind of system it is, but it's a very weird system. Okay, let's go ahead and turn around here. get a little speed here, and then we'll take off. And see how she handles in the sky. Alright, we're at full military power here. I don't know if she has afterburners or not, but okay, and we are airborne. Let's get the wheels up. Up, not down. Up. And let's retract the flaps. Now, oddly enough, you know, red on the gears actually means that it's up and locked, which is kind of weird because I'm used to red being bad, but I guess it is a Russian aircraft, so red is okay. So over here we have our speed, and I believe it's kilometers per hour, or it's the Russian method. And right now we're doing about 500, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 500. My altitude should be, let's see, I believe this one is my altitude. Let's go ahead and see if we can just get some altitude here. Let me give it full power and some altitude. My RPMs is this one. This is my fuel gauge right here, and that's pretty much all I've learned so far. My weapon systems is down here. I haven't really messed with that too much. Let's get a little height. Okay, and let's just take her for a quick spin, see how she flows. I like the detail of the cockpit. I think she's very nice. We're just gonna stay around the area here. See how she rolls. Not as fast as I kind of expected, but yeah, that's, again, I don't know too much about these aircraft, but feels like I'm going a little too fast. Let me slow her down a little bit. She kind of rolls slowly. Let's try some other maneuvers here. Let's get some speed, or we'll try doing a loop. Right now I'm just kind of getting a feel. On this flight I really just been getting a feel for the aircraft. I haven't read the whole manual yet, and you know, kind of after this flight I would sit down and read the whole manual just to kind of learn as much as I can about her. Alright, so I'm going to go full throttle here. Get a little speed, and now pull up. Oh, whoa, looks like she does not like that at all. Oh, okay. Alright, we're not doing a loop. Apparently she does not like to be looped, and I don't know if it's something I did wrong or she just does not like to loop. She rolls pretty nicely. Seems like when I'm trying to climb now, she's kind of buffering a little bit. Let me see if I can get some more altitude here. Now, I believe that the altimeter is in meters, unlike the American feet, so I'll have to learn how to get used to that as well. Seems to be climbing pretty nicely though. It's when she goes above a certain angle she starts buffering. It's really weird. So let me see if I can do a split S. Yeah, even on a split S she's kind of buffering. Nope. I'm getting a feeling she doesn't like to be upside down. That's the kind of impression I'm getting. And I don't know if that's historically correct or not, but you know, just let's see how she handles just an upside down situation. It seems like I can't pull positive G's too much with her. Just try sideways positive G's. Yeah, she seems to kind of. Well, right now I'm going a little too fast. Oh. Well. Probably I was a little too low on that one. Let's get on the runway now. Let's put the flaps down. And again, I don't know if there's a flap indicator here to kind of tell me where my flaps are at. Maybe that one? I don't know what that is. Okay. Press the button right here to unlock the. Alright, let's go full speed. And the quick start says she can take off at 150, but I don't see 150 working. Seems more like a 200. Alright, wheels are up. Flaps are retracting. We got airborne here. See how high we can get her here in a second. Just kind of roll her. She's a slow roller, you know, and let's see how she does in low-level flight here. Gotta stay close to the airport here. I got her full speed right now. I just want to see how she's going to handle the climb. Positive G's on her. Okay, she buckles fairly quickly. We got some positive G's on her. Alright. See how she does in a maximum radius turn here. Not bad up to a certain point. Okay. Go ahead and getting ready to land. See how she does in the landing situation. And we'll just fly over the airfield here and kind of do a overhead brake. The flaps all the way down. Don't know what that looks like. Get the gears down. Very good lights on the green, I think. Yep. Second liner up. An interesting light there. It's like a school bell rang. I don't know what that meant, but I guess I'll find that soon enough. Okay. Keep pausing, keep pausing. The brakes are on. Not a bad landing. Overall, you know, I think she's interesting to fly. I mean, she's not as maneuverable as I thought she would be. And again, this is just a quick flight, but it'll be interesting to learn more about her and see how she, you know, we progress with the knowledge of the MiG-15. So stay tuned for more videos on the MiG-15 and see how much better I get with her. There, guys.